This is going to be the first in a series of videos showcasing some of my Diablo 2 single-player characters. As you can tell from the title screen, I'm running LOD version 1.14d with pluggy version 14.03. Everything you'll see in this video is self-found, no hero editor or anything like that, and to give you a bit of context, I started my single-player account, if you will, in 2016, so 10 years ago. My long-term goal is to complete the Ethereal Grail, and I'm currently missing 15 ETH items. I know there's a handful of people out there that are sub 10, but 15 ETH remaining is still pretty good. Okay, I think that's good enough for the introduction. Now let's go take a look at my Magic Find Necromancer. So the way I'm going to structure these videos is we'll first go over the skills, gear and stats, and then I'll show you a couple of sample runs so you can see what the build actually plays like. Starting off for the summoning tree, I put 1 point into Iron Golem, 1 point into Summon Resist, and I maxed Golem Mastery to make the Iron Golem as tanky as possible. This is an inside Iron Golem, the base doesn't matter, it's just there for the aura. For the Poison and Bone tree, I maxed Corpse Explosion, and I also maxed Bone Wall and Bone Prison as synergies for Bone Armor. All of my leftover skill points also went into Bone Armor. Make sure you max the synergies first before putting more than 1 point into Bone Armor, that way you get the most damage absorption. And for curses, I maxed Amplify damage and that's it. So the whole premise of this build is basically you cast Amplify damage, the mercenary gets the first kill, and then you spam Corpse Explosion. And since both Amplify damage and Corpse Explosion have a very large radius, you don't really have to aim at all, which makes this build relatively low effort to play. Another good thing about this build is that since Corpse Explosion does split physical and fire damage, and you have both Amplify damage and Conviction from Infinity, you can basically farm any area in the game. I personally run Worldstone Keep on Players 1, but if you feel uncomfortable running Worldstone Keep, just do Pits or Ancient Tunnels instead and you'll be perfectly fine. Okay, so for the gear I'm using Wizard Spike with an Istrune as my main weapon for the FCR, mana and resists. Body armor is Enigma in a Mage Plate. Then we have the standard Spirit Monarch, another Spirit plus CTA on Switch, Shaku with an Istrune, Chance Guards, Nagel Ring, Arachnid Mesh, a Fortuitous Ring of Fortune. That's the only one I have and it wrote 38%. War Traveler, and this crafted amulet. 220 Necro, Fire Res Magic Find. That's probably the best amulet I've ever crafted. Since I'm on Pluggy, I also have a Torch, and Annie, and of course a Geats. And all of these are just blank 7MF small charms. I have a total of 50 plus 20 plus 20 plus 35 equals 125 FCR. And for the stats I have 156 strength to wear Monarch, 75 dex to wear Wizard Spike, everything else into Vitality. I have max resists, and this character has 620 Magic Find. For the Mercenary, this is just a standard Act 2 Might Mercenary. He's got Fortitude in a very nice E-bugged Sacred Armor, Andes with a Charm Rune for Cannot Be Frozen, and Infinity in a Great Poleaxe. Alright, now let's do a couple of sample runs. Go ahead and buff. And then it's as simple as casting Amplify damage and blowing everything up. You do have to be a little bit careful, especially on level 2, since there's a chance to spawn souls, but it's really not that bad. Once I'm done with level 2, I go up to level 1 instead of going down to level 3. And the reason for that is that level 1 has a chance to spawn Act 3 shamans. And those guys are great because you get to kill them twice. So if you get a unique shaman, you are guaranteed 2 items. Okay, let's do one more. And as you can see, it usually takes the mercenary less than a second to get the first kill, and then you can start a chain reaction. Also, even though I play on Players 1, I still get a decent amount of high runes, gems, charms, etc. just by the sheer volume of kills, so I think this is a pretty good hybrid way to farm. Okay, I think that's good enough. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Oh, and one more thing, I do occasionally stream on Twitch, so if you're interested, feel free to follow me there as well. Alright, thanks for watching, bye bye.